Manchester United travel to Sunderland on Saturday. A tricky tie in prospect for Manchester United because we've slipped up against a lot of the lesser teams this season. And we go into it on the back of that 1-1 draw away at Chelsea. A bit of a kick in the teeth because we really needed to win that game. Any sort of win would have been great, but a disappointing result for Manchester United in the context of that race for fourth spot, which is getting a lot more difficult now for Manchester United, with most of the other teams in the top four winning over the weekend. Now only Manchester City were the losers of the weekend, so we've only clawed 1 point back on them. And we sit, I think, 6 points behind them with a much worse goal difference. So it does look like it's bleak in that race for the top four. Sunderland going to the game on the back of a 2-2 draw, a battling 2-2 draw against Liverpool. Johnson and Defoe getting the goals, so they're going to be on a bit of a high going into this game. Hard-fought point in that game. Now, Sunderland have been down the bottom of the league most of the season, and when we played them at Old Trafford earlier in the season, we beat them easily, a routine 3-0 victory. I would expect a much tougher game this time around. Going away to Sunderland won't be that easy for Manchester United. We've seen a slip up home to Norwich, away to Bournemouth, got beat up away at Stoke. So we can't take this game lightly at all. We are playing a bit better than we were. We are playing with a bit more freedom than we were in recent weeks. But I still think this is going to be a really tricky game for Manchester United. We really can't take it lightly at all. Now, I wouldn't expect Louis van Gaal to make many changes at all from the starting lineup that played against Chelsea. I presume that Bastian Schweinsteiger is still out injured, or I would expect him at some point when he's fit to come back into the team. But besides maybe bringing Morgan Schneiderlin back in for Marouane Fellaini, I would pretty much keep the team the same. David Hare, obviously fantastic in goal against Chelsea. You've got Borthwick Jackson, who's doing a decent job. Darmian, obviously at right back, and then Blind and Smalling pick themselves, although Jones is coming back. He played for the under-21s about 60 minutes the other night, so he could feature again off the bench if needed in this game. I think the midfield pretty much picks itself, apart from I would personally maybe pick Morgan Schneiderlin over Fellaini. I just am really not a big fan of Fellaini, but he has proved against Stoke that he was a little bit better. But I still think that we're going to see maybe one decent performance out of about 10 from Fellaini, which isn't good enough for a Manchester United player. I think also Jesse Lingard deserves another game on the wing. Scored a fantastic goal against Chelsea, although I didn't think it was the best of games from Jesse Lingard, and I still think he has a lot to prove at Manchester United. A fantastic goal, and I would keep him in the team. Memphis Depay has played okay against Norwich in the under-21, setting up 3 of the goals. So hopefully he can get back in the frame at some point going into the remainder of the season. I know he's come under a lot of criticism, but Louis van Gaal hasn't treated him the best, although his attitude has come into question a lot at Manchester United. He's been a substitute for the majority of the season, just like Angel Di Maria was last season, and you look how he's flourished going off to PSG. And I still think that he's got a lot to offer Manchester United, Memphis Depay. Maybe it was partly his fault for the goal, but he giving the ball away against Chelsea. But we still should have stopped the goal. Other players could have done better as well. So I won't just put all the blame onto Memphis Depay. Maybe he could feature in this game from the substitute bench. He did actually score in the corresponding fixture at Old Trafford earlier in the season. Now, obviously, Anthony Martial will be on the other side. Fantastic. He could have scored a great goal against Chelsea had it not been for Courtois making a fantastic save in that game. So he's on fire at the moment. Juan Mata playing in his best position, the number 10 role. That's where I would like to see him, although some of his better performances did come out wide last season, but I do like to see him in that number 10 role, in behind Wayne Rooney, who I think is going to be key to this game, Wayne Rooney. If Wayne Rooney has a good game, I think Manchester United will win this game, and he's bang on form at the moment. I stuck by Wayne Rooney all season. I said that he will come good at some point, and he has proved me right. Hopefully he can keep that run going. I don't know if he will continue to keep that going for the next year or two, but at the moment he is banging form, scoring some brilliant goals lately, and hopefully that can continue. But Wayne Rooney really is the main man for me in this game, along with Martial. If Wayne Rooney has a great game, he will hopefully get a goal or two, and Manchester United will hopefully win. Now, obviously, Sunderland have got players that could cause us problems. The main one, obviously, is Jermaine Defoe. I think he scored 10 Premier League goals, which is more than any of our players in the Manchester United team, which says a lot for Manchester United this season. Adam Johnson, I'm hearing, for obvious reasons, has been taken out of the Sunderland team to play Manchester United, who did actually score, I think, from a mistake from Simon Mignolet against Liverpool. But he's been taken out of the team, so really they're looking at Jermaine Defoe to get that goal or goals in the game. I think it's going to be a tight game. Sam Allardyce does like to keep it tight in the game, but they've got to come out a little bit more at home. If this was at Old Trafford, I'd actually be a bit more worried, because we've struggled a lot to break down teams this season at home, and he will do one of his jobs where he more or less parks the bus if he was going to Old Trafford, Sam Allardyce. I think it's going to be tight, but I'm going to go for a 2-1 Manchester United victory. I think we will get the goals just to sneak past Sunderland. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.